Now, those with offshore holdings may have a rude awakening. SARS has sent out a notice requesting taxpayers to disclose their interests. But for more on this, we're joined by Jean du Toit, who's head of tax technical at the Tax Consulting South Africa. Mr. du Toit, thank you for your time. I mean, SARS is sending out quite a strong message here to offshore assets holders. What is that message?
Well, this is a request for information from SARS informing the taxpayer that SARS has received information from 87 foreign jurisdictions regarding South African residents. And the information is obtained through the Automatic Exchange of Information Initiative. And on the strength of this information, SARS then informs the taxpayer that it will investigate their offshore affairs, which seems that they are finally making use of this initiative to review South African offshore assets.
Right. It almost also sounds like SARS is extending an olive branch to say, if you haven't declared some of your offshore assets, this is your opportunity to come forward and we can sit down and talk administration and logistics. Now, should you not, what are the consequences?
Well, it's important to note in the first instance that this request for information is a notice in terms of Section 46 of the Tax Administration Act. So you first of all need to reply fully to this notice and provide all the information requested by SARS. What is interesting is that normally under the voluntary disclosure program, taxpayers are allowed to come forth and disclose defaults to SARS, but only to the extent that it is voluntary. In other words, it's not prompted by an audit or a notification such as this one. But it appears that SARS is encouraging taxpayers still, even if they have received this message, to come forth and disclose their assets and regularize this default through the VDP program.
I mean, for a while now, even in the past year, we have heard SARS say that they have, lost millions in, revenue. They're trying to ensure that they bring those to book who haven't been necessarily paying their taxes. Could we attribute this to also because they have almost shut their eyes to some of the taxpayers with these offshore assets? Do you think, I think that's my question, that for the longest time they hadn't really been quite dealing with offshore taxpayers and their assets with a sense of urgency?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, when the Panama Papers, for instance, were published, where around 1,700 South Africans were identified, we have not seen anything coming from that or any action taken by SARS. There are no court cases, no prosecutions. This Automatic Exchange of Information Initiative has been ongoing since September 2017, and this now, for the first time, is where we actually see SARS utilizing this mechanism to investigate taxpayers. So this may be as a result of SARS may now actually have developed the means to utilize this mechanism, or it's simply a case of due to budget constraints, they no longer have a choice and they have to look at untapped pools of revenue to collect more income.
All right. Well, we'll leave it at that. But thank you so much for keeping us up to speed with this. Thank you, Jean du Toit.